Alright, just to catch everybody up, at the beginning of the last episode the engine looked like this. It's laying on its side, and this is the bottom of the engine. For whatever reason, we decided the next step in the assembly process was to put on this bottom plate. We thought we needed to put this plate on before we put the oil pump on. But we had to put the oil pump on before we put the front cover on, or we wouldn't be able to line up the timing marks. So all of this made us think that the bottom plate had to go on before the front cover. But the front and back cover definitely need to go on before the bottom plate, or you run into this problem. Okay, so the problem we're having here is this gasket surface is getting caught. So we need to get it over onto this gasket surface. We should not have put the pan on yet, but we already did, and it's already glued on. So the only way I think we can do it is we got to get this in there and then roll this on, and we got to make sure that the main seal doesn't get messed up while it's getting rolled on there. So this is going to be fun. The front's going to be the same way because we have the same problem with the front main. So the previous video ended with us getting the back cover on, and now we're about to have that same problem on the front cover. And to make things worse, we can't find the gasket for the front cover, so we end up making our own. And we didn't make it out of the proper materials either. Alright, that should get you all caught up to what's going on here, so on to the video. Very interesting video.
No,
the camera's jumping every time you hit the...
Yeah, let me see if I get a bigger driver. And then it's compounded by the fact that the tires are wrong between this.
You're not even really pointing at your target. That's all you needed. It's the right size.
I always forget I have these because they're in a separate box.
Yeah. Yeah, so we cannot find the gasket for this front cover. And we're thinking they just didn't send it to us. Reason being, this motor has a front plate on it here, and they did give us that gasket. So they probably were just looking for, you know, front gasket. And then they found the part number and they sent it to us, and they probably stopped looking because they're like, oh, we got the front gasket. But there's a second one because you need one for both sides of the plate. When we got this gasket kit, Tom just called up some shop that rebuilds motors and was like, we need a gasket kit for this. And they're like, those don't exist, but we could put one together for you. And then they did. So I don't blame them. I mean, it's hard to put it together. So we're gonna make one out of cereal boxes and monster boxes. Yeah. So I think the best thing to do is just lay it on here, and then hammer.
Get some. The best thing to do is if you can get 2 bolt holes, and then you can just run a razor blade around with it right on there.
Okay.
And if you go this way, you can use your greasy fingers to find where the edge looks. So you need something round to find bolt hole.
You gotta scratch it.
There. And then just stick a shoulder bolt in there.
I mean, we're gonna have to make all the bolt holes anyway, so we might as well do all of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's find another one. There's a good one.
I'm sure this won't leak.
So it's one of the vertical gaskets matter a lot less. Good thing we got the pant gaskets. Made out of actual material.
Well, yeah, because this is like just the bottom of that gear is in the oil bath. The rest
You know,
of it's just to spray off the gears, right?
Yeah. That one's threaded. When I go through and find the rest of those, I will change the blade and then
Off to the races.
Yep. Yeah, we could just do a straight cut. We don't have to do a puzzle piece, and we just leave it at the top somewhere. Because that shouldn't get too much. Yeah, if you just have to mark them, and I can go with a blade and get them. Pare away most of the excess waste stock.
Because he's got some there, like $250,000. It doesn't include actions, but it's just a ruse. And it'd be a good way for me to get some out of the
Watch out, some of those are threaded.
I know.
Yeah, but I don't want to put up a whole nother building, you know. If I'm gonna do a lean-to.
Oh, no, yeah. No, I'm just saying that's like what I'm looking at. Opposite of the pole barn. On the other side of the. So I don't have that. I have that freaking that trailer for like.
You don't want to make your garage into 100 by 100.
No. Well,
Think of all the concrete.
Well, the new toter's like bigger than the old one. It's like 3 feet longer. So.
I like the through holes better. They're a lot easier. You know, they sell material for doing this. I suggested that we do this for the whole machine because I didn't think we would be able to get gaskets.
Was it just like a roll of stuff? Or?
It's a big sheet of gasket material. Yeah, it comes in a roll, and then you just lay it out, and you do exactly this, but instead of using a cardboard box, it's actually meant for it. It just lets me see where I'm going. Inside corners are more of a pain in the ass.
You get a fresh blade, you can pretty much just ride the edge.
Yeah. Problem is these bolts are in my way.
Well, for doing your hammer thing and everything, really.
Yeah.
You can pull them out one at a time when you get to that area.
Nah,
Or do you would you
I
rather
don't.
have them
I'd
centered?
rather keep them all in there. That way I can't get off. Because if you get off,
Start over.
yeah.
It's like we're in the Fallout universe, rebuilding an engine, or out in Alaska. You got no parts.
Yeah.
You gotta make them.
There's guys that do this. Squatch 2. What is it? Squatch 243. I think 243. The 243 is after an engine, which I think it's 243. It might be 253. He rebuilds a lot of antique stuff that is like some of the stuff he builds are prototypes. So there's literally parts do not exist. So he has to make parts or.
It's always good.
Yep.
So they made this is a one of one engine.
Yeah, he literally has that. He's got stuff where it's one of one. So if anything's broken on it, he's got to fix it himself. Yeah, I think we have to do.
Well, which side's the? This is the bottom side, right? So you want more of the full gasket. You want to do the little piece and one up top, probably.
Yeah. It's probably gonna have to be something like there.
No, because that's a dowel right there, right?
Yeah.
But lots of RTV on the dowel.
But you really want your gap to be. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It can be right there.
Just be mindful as we're ripping that.
Yeah, but it's.
And then we should have the stuff to do that last bit, right? It might be big enough. Oh, you got a whole nother box, right? Very best.
One thing. Are you sure that this is all the same thickness? I guess we're gonna use RTVs.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're going to have to. The monster box is thicker than the cereal box.
Yep.
So,
That's what I thought. I wonder if Tom has any other beverage boxes.
or another monster box, because you got an empty one. You might have a case of them sitting on the floor.
If you want, you can get the head unwrapped. Seeing what has to happen there.
We're gonna put the head on.
We may as well, if we're gonna, I mean, it should be pretty fast once we get the cover on. It's the next thing.
Yeah. I keep thinking that. See, I feel like the last 3 times I've been here, I was like, all right, next time I'm here, we're gonna put the engine in there.
Head will be on. It'll be
Yeah.
done. Yeah, well.
This the project doesn't go as fast as you want it to.
It's like bulldozers, they're slow.
Yeah. It's almost like everything on this is big and heavy and takes a long time to put together.
Yep. Guessed.
Just imagine if it was newer and after you did all the big heavy work, then you got to do it with like a bunch of computer bull. The depth system isn't working, so it won't let the engine run for more than 30 seconds.
At that point, you just call Caterpillar and say, fix it. We probably can't fix computer stuff ourselves.
It's probably
need Caterpillar to do it.
We'll have to go through the Senate to get legislation passed so that we.
Right to fix.
Yeah.
Repair. So, is the cylinder head made of the lightest weight magnesium?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Or is it pig iron?
It's from the '60s. It's all massive space grade.
Titanium?
Yeah.
Straight from the Soviet Union, bought through a shell company?
Yes.
So dirty in there.
Where? Yeah. Yeah.
Hit it with some the old briefing.
Yep.
Let's get it real flammable in here.
He tanked the thing. You didn't clean it after the fact? Machine shops.
Did you tell him specifically, I want this so clean I can eat off of it?
Pretty sure he had it on end this way, and he tanked it, and
Yeah.
that's where it all went. Get what I can.
That rag seems only mildly dirty.
You start with a dirty one, you work your way up to a clean one.
Otherwise-
then you put the white gloves on.
Otherwise, you got nothing but dirty. You can't start with a clean rag. You gotta start with a slightly cleaner than the surface of what you're cleaning rag.
It's gonna be great, guys. Bulldozer will be working and be bulldozing so many things.
We'll start a mining operation on Memorial Day.
Graff, that just turns into a strip mine.
We actually do want to do some strip mining for shale to do the road. Not a crazy, nothing. We're not going for iron ore.
I think
The whole hill's gone.
I think if we disturb more than an acre, we have to get a permit. So.
Yeah.
So is one of you gonna get like a diesel transfer tank?
Probably, I guess.
Yeah,
I should
probably.
just put one in
Buy
the
the guy with the diesel truck that works.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, we could use mine, but I'd have to burn half the tank to go to the gas station to fill it up. So,
And, be able to accelerate up the hill.
yeah, it'll take
I'm
me.
pulling hill
It'll take-
with a tank of diesel.
It'll take me 3 days, and I'll come back with half a tank of diesel.
How's the Super Duty treating you, Tom?
You good for what I've used it for so far? I mean, I'm really only driving it when I need a heavy duty truck,
That's the idea.
but it has done its job flawlessly every time. Flawlessly, with the exception of the time we were trying to get that trailer out. It was less than flawless. Extenuating circumstance.
I don't think that's a truck's fault.
Yeah, yeah. I should start a gasket making company and then sell people the gaskets they order. You think I could make money doing
How are you about to get a machine?
How much time you guys spent on that gasket would have to cost like $200.
Yeah.
How much would you pay for that gasket, Tom?
that? Right now? Nah, I still make it out of cardboard. We're already, look at this, we're done practically. We're done right now.
We're close. We would be a lot farther ahead now if we didn't have to make a gasket out of cereal boxes.
Hey, get it right. Beverage containers.
Okay, yeah, well, we were going to use cereal boxes, but actually it's a beer case and a monster case. They're usually like, it's called gasket material that
Gasket
they're usually made
paper.
out of, but it's basically cardboard. Cardboard's not really that decent standard, but it's what we have.
A little extra sealant will work. Oh, we were talking about the modern diesels and stuff. Like when they're building those they do those trucks that like aren't for anything except doing like big numbers on dynos.
Yeah.
Like they're like spinning these like diesel engines like at 6,000 RPM.
You should hear how slow the D8 version of this is.
I think it was like 20 liters. It was a huge engine. It was 600 horsepower in the mid 70s in a semi. Came in just in time for the fuel crisis, so you know the 2 miles per gallon, if that, it got not popular. Yes, thin bead.
Yeah. Too much and it'll plug up the pickup screen. It'll be the end of the engine.
Sounds like you should just not run a pickup screen.
Well, then it'll just clog up the oil
pump
galleys, or
Well,
yeah.
Well, the pickup screen goes to the oil filter, right?
Yeah.
Well, then
The
it'll
oil
plug
And
up
it goes
oil
the
filter.
pickup. There's a pickup screen goes then through the gears of the oil pump and then to the oil.
Well, the gears won't care about gasket stuff.
Yeah. There's bypass stuff. You don't want to be picking up trash in your thing. The pickup screen actually shouldn't be that big of a deal, but
I mean, having a little bit. This is
just-
very thin.
yeah.
People that put in too much gasket material,
They
just
get
go
it by
like,
they get it by the tube and they use a caulk gun.
Yeah.
An entire tube of caulk to put an engine together.
yeah.
So, putting a
Perfect
gasket
way.
on, if it had arrived, 2 minutes. Making your own gasket and then having to spread gasket RTV.
What about that end up there? Does that matter at all?
This doesn't matter. I think this gets cut off, but we're gonna do that.
Wait, what?
Just that corner gets cut off.
Yeah. I don't want to do it and then figure out that we needed it.
Is there another dowel someplace other than this one?
Here.
Okay. Bridget was asking me when I left what time I'd be back, and I was like, depends how the day goes. I don't know what to.
Yeah.
I was like, it's gonna be as long as it takes until we're to a point where we want to stop.
I mean, the nice thing is that we visually did a lot of stuff. The motor looks a whole lot different right now than it did this morning.
Yeah, it's better than last few times.
Yeah.
When all we did was clean parts.
Yeah.
Quite the oil drain plug.
Yeah. A lot of oil in it.
Couple gallons.
I burned oil in here to heat one winter, and it was very stinky.
Yeah, I would imagine.
The wood stove that was over here, when I opened it up for the first time to build a fire in it, it was filled, the whole thing was filled with old oil filters off of lawnmowers.
Would you just throw those in there to...
I think he would just have a fire going, he would just throw the whole oil filter in.
It's got oil in it.
Yeah, but
Maybe they burn pretty right.
Well, the thing is, they're going to build up pretty quick because they still got like the metal outside.
exactly, that's why it was filled with oil filters. I'm gonna leave this on here because it's like kind of holding a little bit of weight at the engine.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting pretty heavy now. No longer can we roll it around on the ground. It was already marginal just with a bare block.
Me and Tom were doing it. It still took 2 people to do it comfortably.
Got that?
Yeah.
It's light, he says.
Pizza pie.
This doesn't appear to be cast aluminum.
I'll hold this part. You have to get that lined up over here.
Without folding that gasket over.
Okay. I would get it all the way in.
I'm in.
There. Guess it's looking alright.
We gotta find the dowels.
Yep.
A little farther.
Let's go up a little more.
I'm on the lower one.
You're on the low one?
It's like right there. Here, try pulling. Oh, your end's already out, so. That sounded bad. I don't want to go.
Probably because there's a gasket in there.
Is the gasket not
Well,
wide
just
enough?
let
Do we
it sit on
pop
the
it with
lower
a-
one. Get a. Don't we have a soft blow hammer or something?
Yeah. Here, got the.
I got it.
Do you want me to pop it?
Not yet.
There you go. All right, it's going in. Is
Tap it.
your bottom seals good?
Yep.
Hitting John in the face.
We can probably draw it on with the bolts.
Is there? No, I hit it down there.
Something broke something.
It does have a nail through the side of it.
We didn't pull the gasket in anywhere, did we? It's still sticking out all the
They're
way.
sticking out good. The middle seems.
No, it looks good. Why we held out here?
There's nothing there. You know the pan's supposed to go on last?
Oh, we got bolts.
Yeah, here's. Something I can feel.
It's not taking a lot of force.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels good.
I don't know. I'm not seeing any gasket in the middle here, right there. If I'm wrong, then we'll just put it right back on. Yeah, look at that. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Screwed that up. Wait, re-glue it?
Yeah. Just get as much of that out of there as possible. And we're gonna have to.
Got a refresh razor blade, scrape it.
Yes. If you ever do one of these in the future, pan goes on after the covers. If you ever do that LS, that 4.8, same thing. Front cover goes on first. I know that because I did that on my dump truck too. Right, you're saying it isn't the first time I've done this.
I don't know. I would just put that on.
It'll be fine. The sump is deep there, so the oil won't be up against it. That's what I'm gonna tell myself.
You want to grab?
Let me see if we can pry this down
No,
a little bit.
you can't. I took all the bolts off and tried to do it on the other side, and it was.
I don't want to jam something in there.
Yeah, I don't think you should. I think we just got to get the bottom. We got to get the bottom like in like this, and then swing it.
Okay.
That's what we did on the other side, and it worked. We got to get that like that. Can you put that?
To that bolt.
No, that won't go in. Wait a minute. Where are we hung up on here?
Well, you're hitting the dowel right there.
How far is it from being lined up?
Well, kind of hard to tell because it just barely fits. What's going on now? But you said it's going to push the gasket if we just slide her in.
Yeah. Back it off.
Here's what we should do is slide the gasket in after the fact.
No. That ain't gonna work.
No, it'll work fine. We're gonna goop it up and slide in. Just put it on. These ones are stuck down on the sides. We already had it in. We'll be able to pry and get it in there. Let's just get the thing on. We're fighting against the rest of the RTV curing is not gonna make this job any easier.
There you go.
A couple threads.
Just give me the piece.
Let's slide as
If you pull the top in, it might give you some space. You gotta.
There we go.
It's in there.
Just do it how like I do when I do scientific countertops. You put everything together and then you run a bead of silicone around everything. Now you're testing the structural integrity of your I-beams.
Yeah.
Your moccasin electric feet.
We was talking about those Pakistani guys building the trucks in their sandals, open-toed shoes.
Rebuilding like a rear end.
These are closed-toed.
Closed-toed. You're wearing denim jeans.
Yeah.
We can steal them off this other motor.
It is also. I think it's we had some of them we had to cut just because they were too rusted. So that's actually a good source for bolts. Zero motor. Watch out, it's on jack stands.
Aww.
Don't crush yourself.
You mean that would crush my toes beyond oblivion? No,
Yeah.
this bit right here.
It would probably
Just chop them off.
Yeah, it would probably just remove them.
I don't like to think about things like that.
Yeah.
Getting your limbs cut off by smashing is.
Just the inspection cover for where the injection pump bolts on. I want to put it on there just to close the engine up.
So what's the next big job is rotating this thing?
Yep.
Can it sit on the pan or do you gotta like support it?
We can sit on the pan.
All right, I'm going to wrap this one here. There'll be plenty more videos on this dozer to come, so keep an eye out for those. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.